Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. First things first, I heard back from Mixum about my coloring book pages, about why it was printing all speckly and weird. This is a photo of what it looked like. It was doing these speckles way out from the lines. It wasn't a low resolution thing, it was something else. And so I contacted them about it, and they said if I upload the files as vector files, it will not do that. So there's our answer, and that explains why the text page didn't have that issue, because in Photoshop, the text is vector based. Now I don't have vector software, and I was looking at Affinity. Apparently it does not do an auto trace from raster images, so I might just do 1 month of Illustrator because I only get Premiere Pro and Photoshop through Adobe. I don't have the full suite. But I might just do 1 month of Illustrator and I can convert my files over. I'm going to order another sample book with the thinner paper to see if it still has a lot of bleed across the page with marker ink. At the time I'm filming this, I have not yet uploaded the previous vlog, so I haven't seen your comments yet about like alternate printers or anything, so just some context for you. If you had any suggestions, Filming Bailey has not seen them yet. It's currently Thursday, actually. I didn't end up filming yesterday like I was supposed to because I was working more on coloring book stuff. And now I'm tempted to work on it more now that I know about the vector thing. Maybe I'll save it for the weekend because I had other plans for today, other shop update stuff. And so I feel like I should stick to the plan, at least partially. At least partially. See, part of the plans was some photography. And you know, I'll look for any excuse to delay product photography. But at the same time, it's just like one washi and the t-shirts. And I've got the mannequin now, so it's not so bad. But see, the sooner I order the next book sample, the sooner I could order the batch run. Okay, maybe I will work on it, but I at least need to do something else off my list, which I think is going to be to build the little side tables I ordered, which are going to go underneath my America statue. The one I unboxed 2 vlogs ago. Because yeah, originally on today's list, photograph Luna washi, photograph shirts, do the inventory for the B grade pencil pouches, make barcodes, because some of the old products need new ones made, and then new products need barcodes, and then all the B grade pencil pouches need barcodes, because I like to put a B grade sticker on every single one, just so I don't mix them up with the A grades. And then build the side tables. That was today's list. So let's at least start with building the tables, and then we'll see where I end up after that. So yes, here's America. She's sitting on a couple of boxes that are sitting on top of a trash can. The packing station trash can. Oh yeah, I have to pack orders today too. I have 3 to pack, so it shouldn't take too long, but that is on the to-do list for today. So this is what we're opening up. It's 2 side tables to go next to a bed, but it was about the right height that I wanted, or so I am hoping. They're pretty simple. They do have drawers. It might take a little bit. We'll see. I've been wanting something for that corner for so long, and finally we have it. Rails for the drawers, hardware. This is showing to use the second screw holes, but when I do that, the rail sticks off the edge. I think I need to ignore that. this is a little crooked. I'm gonna see if I can tweak the rails a little bit. No, you know what? I'm not gonna go manually do this with a screwdriver. I'm just gonna leave it. You're probably not even gonna be able to see this seam once they're in place. But yeah, it's cute, simple, it'll get the job done, and I can store some books on the bottom. That's what it looks like from the top, and then underneath. So any books I put there won't be immediately accessible without at least nudging the printer over. And I don't know what I'll put in the drawers, but they're there. I had to take my sweater off. It is warm out. I actually just got back from a quick lap around the pond since I hadn't gotten in my walking yet for today. And it's 18 degrees outside. That's t-shirt weather. So I was out like this, and now I'm still like this because it's warm in here. Okay, it looks like I have a devil horn. Anyway, I decided I do want to work on the coloring book because it's causing me so much stress. This month has been so stressful for me, and I picked up on that a couple weeks ago when I realized I was clenching my teeth. They're just clenched at all times while I'm awake. Probably clenching them in my sleep too. I don't know, but it's just everything culminating between like, there's impending shop update that's been getting pushed back, and it's stressing me out that it hasn't happened yet. Then I've added the coloring book on top of that. US shipping has been off. It's back on now, but there's all the stress related with that, with the changing tariffs, and then the Canada Post strike on top of that. And there was Thanksgiving I was trying to squeeze in there, and working on my coloring book while I was gone. Oh yeah, and then I was doing my end of year business taxes, all that stuff. And I think I'm not going to stop stressing till the coloring book is done. And the worst part of this is I did this to myself. I didn't have to be doing this, but I am. So I think if I just get the coloring book done and order another single sample, then I'll feel so much better. And I'm going to try my best to do all of that today, because technically I can still tweak things if I see something I want to change, because I'm just ordering the one book. So while I'm waiting for that to come in, if I'm like, oh, I want to nudge this word over or something, then I can do that. But yeah, right now I'm going to work on the back cover of the book. I need to save out all the images and convert them all to vector and save them out again. And I need the inner text page, and then the pages at the back that are going to have, like, I guess the thumbnail pages don't have to be at the back. I kind of pictured that they would be. But for sure I want that little cutout scrap page to be at the back. And yeah, save it all out, upload it to Mix'em, order the sample with the different card stock. Can I do it all today? I don't know. Maybe if I go right till bedtime I can get it done. I'll try my best. I showed you this in the last vlog. I just need to make sure my text is centered in the correct areas and then move on to the back cover. I'm going to show you my crude way of centering the letters, because I'm trying to center it within a specific spot. Usually you can just drag a ruler to the middle and then snap stuff to be centered with that, but the stuff's kind of snapping weird and I can't trust it, so I'm doing it a different way. So I have blocks, and I'm making sure stuff is roughly centered between the blocks. So the gazebo edges, and then each text thing. There's also a ruler tool in here where you can measure the distance between objects, but I don't understand this thing. I like my blocks because I need it centered from the spine all the way until where it's going to be trimmed, not all the way to the edge. You know what I mean? We need to leave that little gap. So that's how I've done it. Now moving on to the back cover. Maybe we don't need text on the back, because there's going to be text inside. Or maybe it just needs a small blurb, like 40 illustrations. That's it. No. 40 coloring pages of artwork by Bailey J. Alright, I'm currently printing out one of each sheet because in order to bring those thumbnails of the coloring pages into the project, I first need to save them out. And I want to save them out with numbers in their files in the page order that they're going to be. So I got to figure out the page order. And I feel like the easiest way to do that is just print off one of each page and go through them. Now the other day when I went to do this, Photoshop would crash every time I hit print and it would not print the sheet. I don't know what was going on, but I updated Photoshop today, so we're all good. I was getting all kinds of glitches with it, so I was like, all right, enough. I need to update. I don't know why it was suddenly going haywire, but it's fixed. And here they are laid out. Doo-doo-doo-doo. That's 40 illustrations. This one, the lines are a little thicker than the others because I couldn't thin it very much without it getting really messy. Like, I started cleaning it up and I was like, this is too much. So it only has the slightest of line thinning. Although, now that it has to be vector, maybe I can adjust the thickness more easily. Maybe I manually cleaned all these up for nothing. Because as I said in my last vlog, I used a filter to thin the lines in Photoshop, but I still had to go in and clean up some stuff. So that was quite a big job. I've debated organizing this, like should all the animal ones be in a row or should I do all the portrait ones in a row, then all the landscape ones in a row? Ultimately, I think I'm just gonna try to keep it random. Like, let's start with a human character. She's a mermaid, I guess, not a human, but a person. There are technically critters in this one. Yeah, grab an animal one next. Little duckies, perhaps. One of these technically doesn't fit the theme because it's critters and characters. We have this one here, which is just a landscape. Although, there is a butterfly right there. Okay, that's the critter. You could say this house has character. A character lives in that house. Anyway, let's pick a character one that's horizontal. Bakery. I'm overthinking this. Just grab them. Okay. Bunch of different peppers in them. I'm trying to separate out the bun scenes as well. Like the detailed scenes so they're not all next to each other. Wait, I thought I separated these two on purpose because they're both kind of scenery style. There. Put a couple illustrations between them. Now for the pages that are going to have the thumbnails in them, I wanted all the like portrait ones together, all the landscape ones together so that they fit nicely on the page. But it would make more sense to have them in the order of the book. Like maybe it should be all portraits, then all landscapes. I filmed a video of me flipping through the pages before rearranging them in case I want to go with that first order, but I've since split them up into portrait and landscape. Now, most of the characters are portrait and most of the critters are landscape. So it doesn't alternate as nicely as before, but it's still not too bad. So we could start with all these in the front and then all those ones behind. I feel like that would make it easier to look through the illustrations and pick which one you want to color, and it makes my thumbnail page look nicer. So now I need to save out all these pictures, but then maybe crop in the document and save them out again. Because if I'm importing the thumbnails into the back cover of the book, the borders are not going to be even. They look kind of even on these printouts, but it's actually going to be trimmed a lot closer on these 3 edges, and then it's got a wider border here where the spine is. So it's just like, I don't know, just managing all these files is so much. I'm also worried the back cover will have the specklies on it on the line art samples because it's not going to be vector for the cover. I'm about to freak out. What is this hideousness? And how come the lines are thick and then they're thin, like to nothingness? It didn't look like that. I switched to a more simple illustration just so I could better understand what all the sliders and stuff do, but it still looks like garbage no matter what I do. I'm actually freaking out and I might cry. I need a book printer that will let me print raster images. I don't think vector is gonna look good. Like the thicknesses are all over the place. Everything's chunky and lumpy. Like look at the eyes, look at stuff like this. It's just hideous. And this is a simple one. Gazebo Cats was an absolute mess. Yeah, anything with more detail looks like trash. The Halloween Cats is like the most simple of the pages. And even that I'm struggling to get to look good, so nothing else stands a chance. I just don't understand why it can't cleanly print a raster image, because I can cleanly print it using my cheap printer here at home. So how come the fancy printers at Mixam have to be vector? There's no reason why all these dots should be appearing around the edges. Even like the lines themselves look chunky and jagged. But again, all those extra speckles around each object, where did those come from? Those are not in the file. Because right now, I feel like the only way I'm going to get a nice vector is if I do it manually by hand, which I'm not very familiar with. And I don't want the lines to just be all one thickness. Like I want it to take into account that, you know, I've got a bit of line weight going on in these illustrations. I don't want it to just do like a center line and add equal thickness everywhere. That would take me just as long, if not longer, than it took me to hand draw them. I just feel like maybe I should look into getting it printed elsewhere, especially since I wasn't happy with the paper. I was willing to test out their thinner cardstock to see if it behaves differently, but the vector stuff just is not working. I just feel so defeated. Like, why do some lines come out so incredibly thin? And then this is solid black. Don't know what's going on in here. But yes, I actually am on the verge of tears. I'm stepping away. Okay, bit of a time skip. It's now Sunday. I've chilled out a bit. I felt so defeated and stressed the last I spoke to you. I'm feeling a little better now. So I decided what I'm doing with the coloring book is just releasing the digital only for now, and then I'll release the physical later. I just need more time to get a manufacturer in order and get in samples, things like that. So it's still happening and the work's not wasted, but it needs more time. So anyway, yesterday I needed a day to just an off-camera day to collect myself. And so I was cleaning up this room. I only got about half of it done because then the pencil pouches were all in my way. And so I started going through pencil pouches instead because I realized not only do I need to count up the B grades and put stickers on them, but I have piles of them that had to be checked because they look like they might be a B grade, but maybe I just need to clean them up a little bit. And so I did go through the stationary pencil pouches. I have yet to go through the Forest Cuddles one though. So I got a bit of cleaning done, a bit of work, and that was nice and calming. And today, not much has happened. We went to Costco and then, unpacked everything, portioned things out, and then I just sat on my phone for an hour, and now here we are. I want to get some Halloween decor up because I still haven't decorated for Halloween. It's less than a week away. It's currently Sunday. Halloween's on Friday. Usually I at least have my fall decor up in like early to mid-September, and then I add the Halloween stuff in October, but I haven't put any of it up. And I don't want to go too all out because it's only going to be up for a few days, but I want to at least dig some stuff out now. And some things are going to go outside that I'm not going to put out till day of. So it's not like I'm fully decorated today, but I want to get a few things out. And we finally got our Halloween candy sorted for this year. Usually I do little goodie bags and I have one of my own stickers of my artwork in it, but I didn't have time for any of that. So we ended up buying boxes of chips at Costco, the Halloween packs where there's like 54 in a box. We bought 4 boxes of those because we get close to 200 trick-or-treaters, although it's kind of going down a little bit each year. Like last year was maybe 160 some, if I remember correctly. But I'm very excited about the prospect of leftover chips, which is more exciting than leftover chocolate, in my opinion. I like my salty snacks, so yeah, so it'll just be like a bag of chips for each trick-or-treater. No gift baggies. But it's just been a very chaotic time this month. So I want to decorate, but also just clean the main floor up because the floors are due for a cleaning. I want to trim the branches on the big tree in the living room because it's so full and overgrown right now. So yeah, clean and decorate. That's a plan for the rest of today. Oh, look at that beautiful baby sleeping under the big fluffy tree. Look how full it looks from this side, from the kitchen. And when you're trying to walk around the table, this is hitting you in the face. It's pretty, but it needs to be trimmed back. Oh, look, another pretty baby by a tree. All right, I brought in some bins here. There is more in the garage, but that's mostly outdoor decorations. I'm going to focus on inside for now. This bin's mainly fall stuff, but some Halloween-y things. Like this can go on the front porch. But I want to put a lot of stuff in front of the garage door day of, if I have stuff to put out there. Just because, you know, I always decorate the porch area, but the garage is blocking the view of the porch. And so, like, I want it more obvious that we're decorated for Halloween. Come here for candy. Because the other side of the street gets so much traffic, but not many people are on this side of the street. And so I want to entice them to come here. Maybe I could stick these to the garage door, at least the big ones. The little ones wouldn't be very visible. They're meant to go to windows. I bought them to go on those windows back there because you can kind of decorate front and back because a lot of people are out back on the walking path. And that's why I put some stuff in the backyard, but I might not put any of that out. Samara's also broken. I need to tape her arm back on, and I just don't know if I want to bother with that this year. Maybe do it next year. Broken. Yeah, the kitties knocked this one down. We have this little guy who just sits out year round. Inflatable pumpkin stack that will go outside. I'm not doing the caution tape, okay? I like to put it around the pillar outside. It's too much work. And this I haven't even put out. I just have too much stuff. I gotta go through and get rid of some things. But if I have hooks/nails out all the time, this could be easy to put up. Like I put a permanent hook here and I have some outside as well so I can quickly hang decor easily. I'm gonna do a more simple version of my decor this year just because of the last minute nature of it. But as I say that, I know I'm just gonna keep putting more and more stuff out. Look at all this stuff, Mushy. Look, it's you, Mushy Moo. That's you. She does not care. You have your own merch line, Mushy. Anything that goes on the table is a quick addition, like replace the existing table runner or just put this one on top, honestly. It's really short. And swap this with the burlap placemat and switch that with a pumpkin. Wait, not a pumpkin. I forgot this thing. That goes in the middle. We might have to rip this off to play cards. Christian's parents are coming tomorrow, but that actually makes me excited about decorating. So I'm like, oh, someone will see this other than us. I need more white pumpkins because the table runner is orange. This contrast, you know what I mean? This is just gonna blend in. Unless I put it on the green part. It's kind of silly. See, ideally I would just have a few accent pieces I put out for this season. I have way too much stuff. And like, who am I decorating for? No one's gonna see it. At least in Vancouver, we would have friends over, especially the Halloween party. We would always host that since we had the whole house we were renting. Now it's like, who's gonna see all this? Like, people are only gonna see the outside stuff and the stuff right in front of the door. I do put out a few things throughout the house for us to enjoy. That's mainly the fall stuff though. The Halloween stuff is mostly for the trick-or-treaters. Hey, someone added their own decor piece out there. It's a white skirt for the mannequin for product photography because she needs some kind of bottoms. So that's nice and neutral but bright because I feel like a black skirt wouldn't really match the vibes of the website. because otherwise I could have just put her in one of my existing skirts. But this will be the mannequin's designated skirt. It's too small for me, so I can't wear it. But yes, whilst I decorate, I'm going to be listening to the audiobook for A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because I want to read the newer Hunger Games book, but people are saying I probably should read this one first. And I did want to get to it. The newer one interests me more, but this one came out first, so I should listen to it first. And yes, I'm still reading Wheel of Time, but that one I'm physically reading. I need an audiobook because I need something to listen to while I do stuff. I started this book yesterday while I was cleaning downstairs. So usually I do have 2 books on the go. One that I'm reading with my eyes, one I'm reading with my ears. And for Wheel of Time, I'm on book 3. I'm almost done it finally. It's taken me a while because I just read it in bed at night. But I'm about 85% through. So we're getting to the ending, woo, where all the exciting stuff's happening. So far, they've just been moving from in to in to in, and nothing's really happening. I feel like this series does not have very good pacing, and it's like 15 books. So, you know, maybe it could have been like a 6-book series. Maybe I'll change my mind once I'm through it, but it's so slow so far. Maybe it'll get a little more interesting too once I'm caught up past where the show is at. The show is apparently canceled, but I don't even know where I'm at in the books versus the show because it's so different from the show. I feel like the show changed literally everything about the story. I'm so lost. I'm trying to like match moments from the book to the show, and I can't. Confusion all around. Anyway, back to decorating. I ended up putting out most of what was in these bins. Like there's one pillow over there I'm not putting out and one pillow cover. This box holds some little candles, and it's my battery box because I like to take the batteries out of everything every year. So yeah, just a few things. I might put a couple spiders outside day of. I'm keeping out the web lights because I want to figure out a way to do that. Because I feel like it could go in front of the garage door as long as it's not attached to the door. And you know what, I'll take the bats out. I might put a couple of the bats on the door here. So this is still pretty decked out. It's not fully decked out, but there's quite a bit there. But that's like the main area I like to decorate because that's what the trick-or-treaters see. I probably need to get a bigger candy bowl because I'm constantly refilling that thing. And now, especially with the chip bags, we're not gonna fit very many in there. Now, not all the lights are on right now. You'll have to wait till Halloween to see that, but that's how that's looking. That's just hung right there. I feel like zooming in. I feel like I need to put a hook right here, and then I can hang things there. Maybe I'll do that for next year after I've repainted these walls. And then on here, yeah, skeleton tower. We got one of those ghosties inside the lamp. And I didn't swap out the lamp bulb. I sometimes put a black light in there, but I haven't done that. The tree ghosties are in the tree, and then I have this out here. Danger! I ended up putting this garland out. I haven't used it since we moved, but I put it around the railing. And I need something big for here. Like that's often where the blow-up pumpkins go, but I kind of want that like on the driveway. Anyway, we've got a little pumpkin dude there. It just feels so small. Skelly. Bat. Witch sign. I got this ghosty here. Its eyes glow purple. I have it tied to the railing right now because it's blowing all over the place. Who's there? Trick or treat. Whoa. Wow. Yeah, it needs a couple bats. It's a bit empty here. And yes, this blocks the doors. We don't really put much in the front closet. My vacuum mop is in there now, which is nice. It's out of the way, but the last time I went to use it, it was not working. It will not spin the roller brush anymore. And if you take the roller brush off, the motor does spin. The component spins. But as soon as you put the roller on it, it will no longer spin. Is someone out there? Or are you just spooked by the decor? She probably saw the tree ghosties. And yeah, look at that stack of chips right there. But yeah, here's the table. I put a skeleton hand there. And then we got Bonaparte in that corner. And a little pumpkin here. And then out here, there's not much. We got the pumpkins at the base of the stairs. I've got this stick thing here. It'll look better once I clean the island. And in here, the pumpkins in front of the fireplace and one pillow swapped out. And over here, I put a pillow cover on a pillow. And instead of taking away that white pillow, I just added it to it. So we have an extra pillow in here right now. And I guess we also have this, assuming I leave it on the fridge. I figured, why not hang out my own print as part of the decor? We have kitchen towels. This one we were just using, so it's dirty. For some reason, the one out now is a Christmas one. But there should be others in here. Christian's mom got us some autumnal ones. Look at these. Oh, so cute. But then there should be an orange cat one. This one. The kitty one can go on the oven. And the fall one can go here. Christmas one, you've been demoted. And yes, we have a laundry basket in the kitchen. It's actually so nice because I can use a cloth to wipe the counters and then immediately chuck it in there. It's not gonna sit in the sink and get all soggy. I'm not gonna use it a second time. It just goes straight in there. This is looking a little empty because I stole the chair to put at the front. Because the teddy bear needed somewhere to sit. He's the one non-spooky decor piece. So I'll leave this stuff out. I'm gonna put the rest of this away. And I had an idea for some of the other outside decor. We have these foam tombstones and they don't stay pegged into the grass, but if I just attach them to a plank of wood, maybe paint the wood black, attach them, and they're like all in a row on the piece of wood, and then I could put that right in front of the garage door. Obviously the day of Halloween, because we can't drive over it. I might also put smart bulbs in some of the windows upstairs to make a spooky glow. The problem is we don't really have any lamps to do that with. So we'd have to change out the ceiling lights. I just missed it. She had her back paws here, front paws up here, sniffing the bowl. There's no treats in there right now. Don't jump up there. That's how the ghosty ornament broke last time. And here's the finished result. Now coming from this angle. So obviously a lot less full, but we've done this at least like 5 times now. And it just grows back bushier, which is actually great. It's got a whole extra branch it didn't have when we moved in. This big green branch here did not even exist. And I want to keep the bottom one relatively short, like about the height it's at now, just because it fills the space, right? And then we do trim the top too. We didn't this time because I like how tall it is, but once it's really pressing against the roof, we're gonna have to trim it back. And this is the pile of leaves. We've pretty much cut off half the leaves, which is our typical prune. Here, wait, can you hold this? And I'm gonna lay beside it for scale. I'm 6 foot for reference. Okay, it's now 7:30. I'm shutting things down here. I managed to vacuum and mop, wipe down some surfaces, clean the bathroom. Yeah, wiped up the kitchen and everything. So it's looking pretty good. I do need to do some more vacuuming in the basement, but the vacuum battery died. So I'll do that tomorrow morning. I'll also have to edit this vlog tomorrow morning. Probably won't finish it before Christian's parents get here, but I can do the rest later in the day. I'm gonna put together some snacks because I haven't had supper yet. I've had a Costco hot dog and a pack of Ritz crackers today. So I'm gonna make myself a snack platter with some of the new stuff we got, and we're gonna watch The Chair Company. And then I'll probably just read for the rest of the night. So that's it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I just wanna scribble at it. My colorless blender where there's ink. Boy.